Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post. The end of July is upon us, getting ready to run into August. And some of the things that I wanted to share this week are directly related to the fact that we're dealing with time and we're dealing with multiple issues, a very hectic market, lots of activity, lots of opportunities. And in speaking with my clients this past week, it's become more and more clear the value of having schedule discipline, the value of being able to have certain things scheduled throughout your day and your work week so that you're not thinking about what you're supposed to be doing next. You're actually doing it. And it brings me back to the very beginning of my career when I was, noticing, why is it some people get more things done than others? Why does it seem like some people are more stressed than others? Why is it that you look around and, oh, well, that person is more organized, or that person has better coping skills, or that person has easier deals? And the reality to me is, and I think some of that may be in play, but I think in large portion, it's people choose their path to how they do their work and when they do their work, and how it works best for them. And I think that last part is a critical piece, how it works best for them. There are certain people who are morning people. There are certain people who are not. There are certain people who like to do certain things at certain times of the day, and others like to do it completely differently. There are some people who are much more attached to their communications, their phone, their text messages, their emails, and other people are far more relaxed at letting those things sit to the side while they focus on doing their work. And I think that has become more important to me as I've gotten older. The lessons I've learned when I was younger is that I was never really smarter than anybody else. I didn't have, a high degree of secondary education or any of those other things. But what I did learn about organization came when I was in high school, and the discipline of, having multiple classes at multiple different times of the day with different types of requirements and a fluctuating schedule. And I think you can carry that over. All of us who are watching this have at least been through the high school process where school started at a certain time, it concluded at a certain time. Sometimes you had extra work to do after the end of the school day, which had to be scheduled, that either had to be done that night for the next day, or scheduled for a longer term project like a book report or some other longer term commitment of time and energy. And that stuff, that work had to be scheduled, or if you were like some students, it was the night before something was due, and now I've got to read the book or try to put together a report. And it was not always the best effort that could have been made had that been broken down into pieces. And I think things from the past, like day planners and stuff like that, leading us into today where we have complex CRMs. I think the problem is we don't take the skills we've already mastered and remember that, looking at our work week, when do we do what we do? How do we do it? How long does it take? And I don't think we take a look at our work week and use scheduling discipline to say, there are certain things I'm going to do at certain times of the day, and accept the fact that I'm going to place those things in that location and then focus on something else. Just like answering the phone or returning emails or text messages, I find sitting there worrying about your phone 24 hours a day, 365 days a year is exhausting. But knowing that there are certain times of the day you're going to return phone calls or you're going to return text messages and emails allows the freedom for you to disengage from the phone or the email and be able to focus on the work, as well as knowing how long each individual task takes for you to do, so that you can schedule it, so that you can be comfortable allotting that work. And I think the last thing about this is something that I've taught my clients since day one, which is never conclude a conversation or conclude an action or an activity without scheduling when you next have to look at that or follow up with it. And for me, that's always been a priority. I think it's largely due to the fact that I didn't have a great memory. I didn't try to remember everything. I had to write things down. And for me, being able to wake up every day and look at my schedule and fill out the boxes as to what I was going to do and when made my job as a loan originator much easier than I saw other people who I thought were just as smart or smarter than me struggle with their day and their time. And it's why, again, you can see loan officers doing 10 to 15 loans a month and working a 40-hour work week. And you can see some people who do 3 or 4 loans a month and they're working 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Their loans really aren't that more complicated. It's that their process on how they do things isn't as refined as it needs to be. So take some time, go into the website, take a look at the scheduling advantage, try to organize yourself following the protocols there. If you have any questions, you know how to find me. It's Mike, imtcoaching.com. Get yourself scheduled, get yourself organized, fill out the boxes, and eliminate the stress from your life through scheduling. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.